When I first found out I was pregnant, I wasn't too sure about what I wanted to do. But I knew in my heart that I wanted it. And the only reason why I was unsure was because I wasn't in a relationship with my partner. And I also was afraid or nervous in a sense, because I did conceive last year, but I lost it. So that didn't help my uncertainty as it was. But I knew what I should do. I've had terminations before, and it's not easy to deal with, and I'm still dealing with that, and it's not a good feeling. So I knew I didn't want to do that, but I was scared to be alone and a single mom with 2 kids this time. And then it was hard because I was dealing with other people who were throwing it in my face. So I didn't talk about it at first. I lied about it. I lied that I was having miscarriages, and I wasn't. But I think I'm coming to terms with that now. When I found out, it wasn't good. I was not living right at all. Hopefully, other people have the support system that I have. My mom is, oh my God, beautiful soul, and she is who got me through this in the very beginning when I found out. When I found out I was pregnant, I was hanging with her, and she told me about CompassCare. So I just called and made an appointment, and now here I am. So I definitely remember that call because I got pressured to make it, because my mother was so upset with me because I was so hesitant to make my first doctor's appointment. But I think that's why I was hesitant to make the call. I wasn't ready for any bad news. So, but I didn't receive any bad news.
So the main goal of the scheduling team is to schedule a patient for an appointment to come into the office and meet with a nurse. But we want to do that in the most caring and professional way possible. So when a patient like Janine calls, we're probably her first point of contact with CompassCare. And so we want to make sure that she feels supported and has peace of mind just by calling. When they come into the office, what we do is we have to help them understand the importance of the services that we provide. So when they're calling, oftentimes they just want to make an appointment for an abortion, but we kind of take a step back and try to help them slow down a little bit and convey the value of the medical services that we provide in the office. So oftentimes they've had a positive pregnancy test already, but they don't realize that 1 in 4 pregnancies can end in miscarriage on their own. So we talk about the importance of an ultrasound to make sure that they can confirm the pregnancy medically.
Right.
And then that's also to see exactly how far along they are to the day, so that they can go over what their options really are with a medical professional and have the chance to just talk through any of her concerns, any questions, kind of know what to expect, and oftentimes they make a big connection with the nurse in that office. And then the third thing we provide is the STD testing and possible treatment. So some can go undetected, and if they do, they can go untreated, and then that can increase their chances of complications. So oftentimes they don't know these things, and we just convey the value of those medical services, and then combined the fact that we don't charge anything because of donations, and the fact that we can get them in quickly. Most patients do want to schedule.
I was anxious to have like my first sonogram and things because I wasn't sure what was going on because of the loss from last year. I was by myself, and I just walked in not knowing anything, not knowing what I wanted to do, not knowing why I was here. Like I didn't even want to come. Like it was just so much on my mind and on my heart that was trying to prevent me from living life, I guess, or going on. I was just scatterbrained. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was confused. I was emotional. But when I came in here, the atmosphere was just different. Oh my God, delightful. It was just different. Like it felt like I walked into church coming in without me even knowing. But I just felt that peace. I can say I felt that peace, and I kind of got calm.
Most women come in feeling anxious or nervous or scared. Janine said she felt scatterbrained. And as they're welcomed, their anxiety level goes down, really because they're sensing the peace and experiencing the peace and love of God here.
Yeah.
Every patient matters. Every patient is seen. Every patient is known and loved. She's not just the next number to be called in for her appointment,
Right.
but she's a woman with a story and with a name.
Yeah.
And like we heard from Janine, each patient experiences that when they walk in our doors.
Yeah.
The first nurse that I worked with me rather, and she was so sweet and kind. I'd never been treated like that at another clinic or felt as accepted. And it was embarrassing to talk about if I did want to keep it or not. It was just, I just felt embarrassed. But at first, walking in, it was something I really didn't want to speak on. But she made me feel comfortable enough to talk about it or speak on it and tell her how I really felt about it. Or even tell her that I had 2 terminations, because that's one thing I'm so uncomfortable with, because they initially ask you what number pregnancy is this. So I'm like, it's my 5th, but I only have 1 kid to show for. So it was a little uncomfortable at first for me talking about terminations. But she made me feel comfortable with my decision making. Just hearing a heartbeat, like, it was overwhelming, but with joy. And that's how I felt. Like, this is a life. Like, I get to see it. Before, I don't know, that helped me make my decision as well. I would say at that appointment, I put my hope and trust in Jesus. Honestly, I feel like I shouldn't even be blessed with another pregnancy. And I'm just now having that understanding. I didn't understand that before, of how he could be so forgiving. He didn't even cross my mind before I walked in here, about my situation, because I was just living a life that I shouldn't have. When she prayed for me, it was like a big relief. Like, I needed it. Like, I was supposed to be here. Seriously, I needed it. So I wasn't thinking about praying. I was just thinking about dealing with the situation with myself, and I couldn't. And I can't. I didn't know that I was gonna come in and get prayed for either. So that's what broke me down. But it felt good. If I didn't feel alone anymore.
I am so incredibly honored to be able to lead a growing team of 20 nurses across New York State who have the privilege of serving over 1,000 patients a year. Patients just like Janine, who are walking through just incredible, challenging circumstances. They feel stuck and alone and afraid as they try to navigate an unplanned pregnancy in a world that's largely abandoned them. Now, if you think about it, most women don't actually want an abortion. They feel like they need one. And it is the mission of CompassCare to erase that need and transform her fear into confidence. Rather than tell a woman what she should do, the CompassCare nurse seeks to get into the boat with her patient and carefully listen and ask insightful and meaningful questions and really bear witness to her struggles so that the patient feels cared for and is able to clearly think about her situation and the options and, by the grace of God, reframe her future. Now, Janine didn't expect to encounter the love and power of Jesus when she walked into CompassCare that day. But you know what? That's exactly what happened. From the beginning to the end, the entire initial appointment, the kindness of the Lord was being poured out. From intake to pregnancy tests to the ultrasound, the very grace of God rained down upon Janine. And as she considered all of her options and all of the resources and understood that she would not be doing this alone, Janine found fresh faith and new hope for her future. There's nothing more valuable, nothing more helpful than when a patient walks out of CompassCare and the body of Christ, the church, rises up, gathers around, and demonstrates genuine love and support for these precious ones.
Yeah, Cindy came in at the end of my appointment and spoke to me, and I wasn't quite quite sure. I mean, she was, of course, kind, but everything she was telling me about the program she's in, or that she wouldn't mind being my friend and helping me through this, I wasn't sure how well that was gonna go, or if she was gonna really live up to it, and she did. Oh my goodness, she was persistent, like, with me, and I needed her to be, because if she wasn't, I wouldn't follow up on anything, especially with church. Oh my goodness. So she made me feel so comfortable too, talking to me about church, because a lot of people don't talk about religion when you just walk into a doctor's office. So that's what really made me want to come back, even though it's not my main clinic, but she put some ease at me, offering her friendship. So that's where that started. Just the offering her friendship, and she was just so kind. It was different. We come from two different worlds, and I wasn't sure of how it was gonna go, or how close we were gonna be able to become. But it started off with me, with her inviting me to her church, and I went, and I haven't stopped.
When Janine was first introduced to that whole concept of mother care, you heard her. The idea of it was great, but she really was hesitant. What would it look like? How would that shake out? Like, is she really going to do this?
Yeah.
But she was willing to take a chance. And from that first moment over coffee, when we were both strangers and not sure what was going to happen, she said yes. And we started meeting. And from the very first moment, I realized Janine is a very strong woman.
Yeah.
She's overcome so many obstacles and hardships in her life. She is an amazing mom. She's hardworking. She's a goal setter.
Yeah.
She's just, it's been amazing. She knew that to make the changes in her life, she needed to work on herself spiritually, and that's why she has run after that with all of her heart. I mean, within a week, I think she and her daughter Mia started attending church with me, and she joined a women's Bible study right away, started making friends. Those friends hosted a baby shower for her.
Awesome.
She's not only become my dear friend, but also a friend of my whole entire family. She shares meals with us. We watch movies. We hang out. She is really learning and growing and wants to meet for discipleship times so that she can learn about her faith. And she has set some goals to really to start school in the fall because she wants to provide for her family. Janine is doing great. She is still unsure about being a single mom of two children. I mean, that's a scary process, but she is really learning to trust the Lord and leaning into her church family, and really is doing amazing. What God's doing is amazing.
It's possible. That's all I can say. It's possible to get through anything. And with me, it was church. So when you know you're not alone, when you come to that realization you're not alone, and when you have the support, it's an amazing feeling. It is. Like, just that alone makes you want to go another day. So having that support outside of family on top of it with someone I just met, I was not expecting that. Not the way things happen. I wasn't expecting this much support. And I'm happy I came here. I just felt like God gave me this to sit my butt down. Gave me this baby to bless me and sit down, and like I was supposed to be here. Seriously, like I needed it.